Yella, come on, finna kill these niggas, man.
These are the most important fashion tips you will ever hear in your life. This can save you thousands of dollars and literally years of floundering trying to find your style. When I tell you this, I mean fuck, I just forgot. Damn it. What? It will help you so much in fashion if you just pick one color that is your favorite color. A lot of people have a favorite color, but they don't really apply that to fashion. A lot of times people are wearing blue denim jeans, so people have like all these different ideas about what color looks good on them. Throw that all in the garbage, rethink everything, and just pick one color. As you can see, I wear red. I have a lot of red in my closet. I'm gonna actually show you my closet right now. On screen, you're probably seeing some footage of my closet. You can see that I have chosen a color palette, which is the number 2. If you don't want to choose just one color, choose a color palette. Choose colors that look good together. That way you can like mix and match anything between them. I would just actually like go onto a computer and like go into a picture editing program and like get a paint bucket and actually draw those colors and try and buy clothes that are as close to that color as possible. I chose red. I try and buy clothes that are exactly the same color of red. I also buy maroon, you know, a darker color, but I try not to buy like washed out colors because that just won't go together. However, sometimes it does happen. But if you just pick one color, it's so much easier to mix and match outfits. And then having a color palette, I also do have. I just chose like black and gray, as you saw from that footage earlier. I wear a ton of black and gray, with red being like the one main standout color. And if you do choose a color, it will just help you so much. Like, I don't even need to explain it. Like, if you only have one color, literally all of your pieces will work together. And it's just such a good thing to do. The one downside is that, you know, sometimes it is really fun to, you know, experiment with color. But that's the thing though, is that if you just have one main base color, outfits that are like a flourish, you kind of just have that one outfit. You know what I mean? So it's not the biggest downside ever. You can still do it. Okay, so you gotta bear with me on this second one. It's not really gonna make sense until you really think about it, but you need to make a list and you need to actually stick to it. A lot of people, when they get into fashion, they just start spending money on stuff that they see that looks cool, and that gives you a really like weird wardrobe where you'll have too much of one thing and not enough of another. A lot of people get into buying too many graphic t-shirts. What you need to do is you need to write down a list of every single clothing item that you want. Like, okay, I need a black graphic t-shirt, a white graphic t-shirt, a gray graphic t-shirt. I want to get a black hoodie. I want to get, you know, a black zip up. I want to get a gray hoodie. I want to get a gray zip up. I want to get these pairs of jeans. Like, literally write that down. And when you go shopping in person, you know, have that in your mind. When you go shopping online, literally have that pulled up and only buy items that are on that list. That's going to give you the best wardrobe possible, because once you have that list completed, you know what I mean, then you're going to add other stuff that you want. Maybe these are more like specific things, like, okay, now I want this specific piece. That's how you're going to build a wardrobe that actually reflects who you are as a person, as opposed to just your impulse buy shopping choices. A lot of people are affected by viral marketing and will buy items that they see online. And it's like, oh, they're thinking, well, this is like a black pair of jeans. I wear black pairs of jeans. Like, this is going to be a good investment. It's really popular right now. I'm going to buy that. But now you have an item that is going to probably go out of trend, you know, because it's a really trendy item. And then it's not even going to be a staple piece because you already have other black pairs of jeans. You're going to wear those other ones. Whereas the only time that it would be acceptable to buy something where it's trendy, I would say, is where it's something where, yeah, it might be trendy, but it fits into like a slot where it's a item in your wardrobe that you don't have yet, and it can just like take that place. For me personally, I'm one of those people where I had a really long list. I'm not going to lie. I wanted a hoodie of every single shade. I wanted a zip up of every single shade. I wanted a jacket. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted everything, but I did that and I held really strong to it until I got everything. So I have a really balanced amount. Like, I have almost the same amount of jackets, to shirts to jeans. And it's crazy to say that I have that because that's a lot of jackets to have. That's like way too many jackets, but trying to get rid of them. Anyway, right now I'm going to actually plug my Depop. Check out my Depop, link in the description. I have tons of jackets for sale on there. Super duper cheap. You can send me offers. And yeah, jackets are one of those things that I think people have a lot of time like building their wardrobe up because they can be super expensive. And a lot of outfits require a jacket. So it's one of those things where you're going to realize that jacket is actually on your list a lot of times. So, check out my Depop. And not only was this a perfect segue into my ad, this was a perfect segue into the next one, which is, this is just a tip that where it makes sense, but seriously listen to it. Buy for the long run, not the short run. Like when you're making a list, you're essentially doing this, but you need to have this mindset like so deeply ingrained because trust me, fashion is a really long thing. So basically when I'm telling you that you should be buying more jackets, that's one of those things where you're going to realize when you wear tons and tons of outfits, you're going to realize that the more outfits you have is exponentially increased by how many jackets you have because they're such a centerpiece of the outfit. Normally jeans don't have that much going on, or like bottoms don't have that much going on. You're basically just picking the shades. So how many outfits you have is increased so much by how many jackets you have. And jackets are more expensive. So basically what I'm saying here is always pick quality over quantity. Apply that to everything. Anytime you're making a fashion decision, think, okay, should I go for this, which is like, slightly less, or should I invest a little bit more in this better thing? Should I save up? It's always better to like wait and buy the thing that's like a bigger investment. Like, I'm not saying you should always spend more money necessarily, but when it comes down to a quality decision, you should always go for quality because trust me, when it comes to, and actually that's another thing, I'm going to be honest, you should honestly be buying more expensive pieces. A lot of people are going to be like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Why would I spend more money on expensive pieces? I have learned in my time in fashion that if you don't want a piece anymore, it's going to be a lot harder to sell it if it's a low value piece. Even if it's a cool thing that a lot of people want in their wardrobe, like it's a wardrobe basic or something, people still might not buy it just because they already have that wardrobe basic. So then people might not spend that money on this low priced item. However, if you have an extremely high priced item that's extremely sought after, that might be a better investment because you could resell it at some point like for like the same or more value, and then you have an item that you probably feel better about. So I'm not telling you, I'm personally a really stingy person. I like to spend really low amounts on pieces. However, I am saying that saving up is the best thing to do in fashion. Like literally playing the long game. So when it comes down to like quality over quantity, that comes down to like you just waiting longer to buy pieces. And that is the last one. And I feel like that's kind of the most important one, but I feel like it's just a summation of all the things that I'm saying. Alright, and that is the video. Thank you for watching. As I said, Depop is down below. Check that out if you want to get some, cheap graphic t-shirts, some jackets, and I got hella jeans, more and more jeans going up. If you want to see more fashion content just like this, hit that subscribe button. You know that I'll be uploading. I try to upload every day. Can't do it all the time. I often, take big breaks, but the goal is to just upload like, every other day, sort of type thing, when it averages out like that. And hit the like button down below. If you made it to this part of the video, you clearly liked the video, so hit that like button and comment down below which thing that I said that you thought was the most valuable. Was there something I said that you really disagree with? Do you really disagree with the idea that I think that you should only have a favorite color? I do wear other colors, but what do you think about having a favorite color? I think everybody should have a favorite color personally, so say something about that down in the comments. Anyway, peace! Get off my dick, hop on his shit. Splash game, bitch, the mother nigga flash game. Hella tryna get somewhere, he ain't never been nowhere. Get him off TV, I don't think he need to be there.